everyone. It's a very dull day here. What else is new? Oh, we had sunshine on the weekend and it was lovely, and now it's just gone to shit. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to have a look and see what the energies are at the moment for this second last week before Christmas. Okay, so what I'm getting is that there's been a lot of deception in the past. Of course, we've known that for a millennia. All of those of us who are awake to what has really been going on in the world for a millennia. Yes, we're able to see where the deception has been and how we've all been terribly deceived and lied to. But now we're moving into a state of abundance. And it's about financial independence, but also too about abundance. So it could mean that there's going to be some sort of new financial system come in. I think we have to be very careful too about which one. We have to be careful about how we sort of view that as well. All right, so there's still some heaviness energetically that we're feeling, but it is beginning to recede as we start to move into these higher frequency energies. I know last week that I had and it's actually now becoming. The more I actually settle into it, the more I feel it, and the more it's beginning to be a part of me, and that is the feeling of unconditional love and peace, and deep peace. And of course, a lot of it comes in that still point, that the stillness of now, the now moment, and it's really beginning to become more a part of me than ever before. There is a lot going on the financial sector. It's really interesting. It's in the cards here, and it's also to this feeling that we are moving from one. It's like we're moving from one older structure into a completely different frequency on an energetic level. But this is also because part of the deception that we've had in the past had to do and has kept us bound has been to do with the financial system of the past, which has been the fiat dollar, which is really based on nothing but thin air and a lot of deception and lies, and is not really a real entity as such. Whereas I'm feeling now that as we're moving into a completely different frequency, then so does our financial system. Our 3D world is now moving into a completely different dimensional. There's a dimensional overlay that is coming in that is of a different frequency, that has nothing really to do with that 3D frequency that we're moving out of. And so the frequency of the physical structure of our dollar or our money structure is going to change, and I feel that. So we're going to be moving into a higher frequency level of financial abundance, but it will be in a completely different form. And what I'm getting is that it's more solidly based in asset-backed materials like gold, silver, and platinum, and things that you can readily feel, things that are of the earth, that are given by Gaia, and is like physically of the earth, and that we can trade in, other than deception, lies, and inversions and falsehoods, because that is what our financial system has been based on for quite some time. And it's really interesting that I keep getting it's all about, at the minute, about our financial our financial structure and how that is going to change. Yeah, so all of this is like keeping it balanced. I think at the moment there is this feeling of needing to keep things very balanced. And that is occurring within, as within, so without. So of course it must occur within first before it can actually manifest as any sort of balance on in our outer world. But at the moment the energies are such as that we're actually starting to move into this greater sense of peace, this greater sense of unconditional love, and and really kind of like moving into higher frequency energies. What else can we see for this week? So, be prepared for messages. There may be, so, I always look for signs as, like for messages, like a lot of birds. I see a lot of birds, especially hawks around here. Hawks often bring messages. Ravens often bring messages. So it's really good to have a look and just recognize any messages that may come through, even in the form of birds or anything that you actually take as a sign. We're moving out of these temptation energies of the devil, which have to do with the deception of old and the old fiat system, which is now we're moving away from, moving into calmer waters, but also to having victory over that which has kept us down and kept us controlled for so long. And so a lot of those, I'm getting that a lot of the messages that may come through, actually no, it will be a message through the ether. Okay, so it'll be a message through the airwaves that we will be getting. This is collectively, and this is actually on a world level. So there may be something that comes out in the media, or there may be something that comes out, it'll be some form of truth that comes out that will resonate very, very strongly with the collective. Then there is this fortune's wheel. Things are starting to look up. Things are starting to move into a greater sense of truth and honesty that we've never ever seen before, and we're going to start to see it incrementally through. We have been seeing it incrementally in our media, which is, of course, the media is totally run by one firm, which is the BlackRock firm. They have total control over our media, and they have total control of how we see and feel and think about things, because we are totally hooked into that media source. And so because of that, we may begin to start to see some truths now that that a lot of these frequencies and these energies are changing for the better and for the good of all mankind, or humankind, so that we will actually begin to see now some of the truth come out through our airwaves, through the media. So I think that that's what the messenger is actually about. We may start to see some truth come out in the media, which has not happened for a very, very, very long time. And the Four of Fire, this is the card of celebration and union. This is often too, so I feel like this is collective. This is really about the union within, finding that union with peace, with love, and finding that balance within. And also the celebration. But I feel too that this is also a collective celebration as we move out of these old energies into newer, higher frequencies. So there is going to be, we're moving into much lighter, more loving energies, and moving out of old, outdated, deceptive, inverted energies. So interesting stuff. Just have patience, have time and with yourself. This is a very good time to spend time within, and actually just as you sit and contemplate and also come in and meditate within, what you will find is that if you sit very quietly, you'll be able to feel those higher frequency energies that come in, and they will feel absolutely sublime. They will be feelings of peace, of love, and also an energetic connection with all that is. And that's what we're moving into. So be prepared to hear some messages of truth come through the media, and also be prepared to move out of these old energies, move into these beautiful high frequency energies, but also to recognize that our financial system as it stands is going to fall very dramatically. And when that does fall, then a new system will come in, based on real assets like gold, silver, grounded, hardcore assets that come from Mother Gaia, come from Mother Earth, and are not inverted realities of nothing, based on nothing, except lies and deception, which has been what our fiat dollar has been about for a millennia. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Yes, so yeah, we'll see you next week. It'll be Christmas next week. Fantastic. Bye now.